Hello, once again, Diego. Thank you very much for giving us time to have this small talk about Share. How was your day today?
Hello, Kayla. Well, first, thank you. Thank you for organizing this, and yeah, I'm having a good day. So yeah, happy to chat about share and streaming and all that.
Lovely. So let's jump right into it. So tell me what Share is. Let's talk about the project.
Cool. So share is a streaming platform. So it's for creators, and the cool thing about it is that it is using peer-to-peer technology on the back end, let's say. And so, yeah, the distribution model, the content distribution model is decentralized, we can say. And with this, we want to like offer to the users like a fair or bring more justice, to the content creators' economies, and offer them like the right take, like today platforms take like 50% of their earnings usually, and some take all. Some platforms take the 100%. With a peer-to-peer model, we can offer like things like 80% for the user from day one, things like that. So it's really crazy, and yeah, and we hope that that will be like kind of a game changer for content creators and for streamers.
That sounds like a lot. So let's highlight Share. Share is for who exactly? Who is your target audience?
It's yeah, Share is for content creators and streamers first. This is like anyone who would like to share a story with some regular basis. Yeah, that's the right person for Share. And since this is kind of marketplace, it's also for people who would like to find new content. So that's kind of it.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So how is Share funded, and what is the plan to make it sustainable?
That's a good question. Right now, Share is funded by the founders, by us. The team behind Share is made by three people. I'm Diego. I'm kind of the CEO of Share, and with me we have a Martin, which is the CTO and in charge of all the technical sides and aspects of this, and Esteban, who is in charge of the product side of things, and like it's like the lead front end developer also. So yeah, we bootstrapped this. This is like a bootstrapped startup at the moment, and yeah, this is also quite interesting because since it's a peer-to-peer streaming platform, I mean, a streaming platform is quite expensive, to create and to maintain. But since this is a peer-to-peer one, it's really, really resilient by design, thanks to the technology behind it. So yeah, that's why we can like maintain this platform running with minimal costs, let's say.
Do you have support from outside investors, or it's like personally funded, from your own pockets?
Yeah, from our own pockets. Yeah, we are looking to connect with investors. We did like our first, let's say, jump into those waters a few months ago. It was, I mean, we are learning all the time with this project, and we are iterating constantly on basing on these learnings. Right now, we are focused on rebranding. We are doing a rebranding these days, and after that, we'll probably go again to look the right investors for us. But yeah, in the meantime, this is bootstrapped. The plan is to keep it bootstrapped until there is a really good match with some investors, and that will be phenomenal. But again, since this is quite resilient and by design, we can keep it running for a long time with this model.
That's beautiful. When I was going through the website, I could see some really cool stuff. Would you say that Share? I mean, content creators could use Share. Would you say that Share could be used for podcasts?
Totally, yeah, totally. This is something that we like to explore, and after the launch, we will probably do more work on communication, and we plan to target and help podcasters too. Um, right now, the platform is this is important because the platform is audio only, so it's for audio streaming, which is quite cool. We plan to add video. When we add video will be like something more opt-in. So by default, it will be audio streaming. But if the creators want to have like this extra layer for their show, that will be phenomenal, and they have the option. But the idea is that these two mediums could coexist. Audio streaming, video streaming, they can coexist. And again, this creates a place, or podcasters have a place in this, in this platform. And there is another reason why podcasters might choose a platform like this, and it is related to one of the features that we want to add to the platform, and this is the subscription model per creator. So it's a way for podcasters to get some money and continue building, this community around their podcasters, around their content, and getting some money in exchange. And it's a way to help them, to have a more predictable economy income.
That's a lovely, lovely thought, and it's actually good because I myself, I love podcasts. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I feel like having something different from Spotify or Anchor, having something new and fresh would be really great to try on. And I hope that works. I hope that works. So, what parts of Share are open sourced, and where can the code repositories be found?
Yeah, that's a good question. Right now, Share is not open source. This is because we are putting a lot of effort in the code, and it's not ready to be also open. We are not saying that we won't open the code at any time, but we need a strategy to do that, and it's not time for doing that. Let's say it's another way to put it. But there are some pieces that we are using that are open source, and you can find it in our GitHub. There is a github.com/Keet. I'm going to share this link with you. And some of the modules that we are using are there. You can find it there. And for example, there is. Let's see if I can find it. Well, Discovery Swarm WebRTC is something that a lot of people use, and they can, of course, if they find it useful, they can contribute to that and help us, that way. Study, this is another one. I'm going to share the link with you. This is like a state manager that we are using. Again, if people find these modules useful, they can, of course, always contribute. But I believe that for the kind of project that Share is, also technical contribution is not something that is urgent. It's something that we have quite covered. What we need more help is around the community and the social side of things. Share is for like this is different from other projects in the ecosystem. Share is not for like tech savvy user. We don't have that requisites in mind. When we think in non-users. When we think in Share users, we think in the average show, in regular users, in streamers, in content creators, in podcasters, people who would like to talk or share about the topic with some passion. And and also in their consumers, the listeners that would like to interact with the creators. And we don't assume that they know, for example, about decentralization or peer-to-peer or things like that. We believe that, or the journey that we are doing, is that deliver a great product that they can use quite easily, and becoming a fan of that product, and then learn and discover all these good things that this product is built upon. So, for example, this is built upon decentralization, this is built upon peer-to-peer technologies, things like that, which are really cool. And this, I believe that this is a phenomenal side effect for them when they discover this.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So, how is this project using Hypercore protocol, or how is this project planning to use Hypercore protocol?
Yeah. So hypercore and well, now so-called whole punch stack is really cool. We are like contributors from a long time to that project. We follow closely, and hypercores are really cool data structure, a decentralized data structure, and we use it that way specifically. It's a decentralized data structure that we use to share information, content, audio in this. But we also need to connect with other let's call it modules or parts of this application. So we also use WebRTC to send the information, and we hack it to do it in the more performant way possible, and codecs also to give the user like the best experience possible when they are listening or when they are creating the content itself.
That's cool. So Sher is using Hypercore protocol right now, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So, what are the plans for Sher in the next few months, the next year? What do you have in store?
Cool. Well, first thing I'd like to say, right now we are working on the rebranding. So that is a more like close thing that people will see. This is something that at the beginning we didn't pay much attention, in the proper branding, of the platform, the website, things like that. So we spent some time working on that. We have some help. And yeah, right now we are implementing all the new designs, and we need to share this, like doing like a proper relaunch. So this is these are our close term goals, doing the rebranding and doing the relaunch, with all the lesson learnings from our previous soft launch in February in last year. So yeah, and then after that, probably we'll work on some social media features. This is like a more long-term goal. We need to integrate this subscription model per creator into the platform. This is something that we would like to do like super fast and as soon as possible. But since this is bootstrapped, it has different times. And again, I don't think that this is necessarily bad for the project, because we have like this really good technology, and this is totally different from other streaming platforms. So we are not in a bad position when it comes to that. And if we think with a coal mine, it's like to have a time machine. It's like you have to separate sometimes the anxiety of the liver to the reality of where you are, and balance that. I guess that happens on with all the things, but yeah, it's just a thought. But yeah, I guess that to summarize, in the short term we are doing this rebranding, and then we will focus on communications and the community around this. And in the medium long term, we plan to add this subscription model per creator.
That's a lot on your plate. I mean, you have so much on your list. And I hope you achieve
Yeah,
all these goals because Share is an exciting project, most especially for content creators and the media people, so to speak. So
exactly. Thank
sounds
you.
very exciting. What if someone wants to contribute to the project, or how does someone join the community?
Yeah. So since we are not open source and the technical side is not that urgent to contribute to, I guess that the best way to help us is on the community side. So, for example, you can follow us on Twitter, twitter.com. The Sher app is our main account. And the other thing that you can do is to use or try the platform and tell us what you think. You can connect with us on Twitter, and you can also connect with us on Discord. On Discord, we have a small community, but again, after the rebranding, we will probably focus more on that community, and we plan to create like this small, or let's call it an indie community of creators, an indie community of streamers, people who are who want to start on streaming. And the idea is to create this place where they can help each other, where we can listen to their feedback, and focus on their needs and try to help them as soon as possible. And the other thing that I can say about this community is that, well, of course, it's super new, that is bilingual. So if you are, if you want to chat with us in English or in Spanish, that is more than welcome. And this is a note that I would like to add, that the project this is kind of a global project. Everyone can use this, but we are based on Argentina. The team is based on Argentina, and we plan to grow from Argentina or from South America to the world, something like that. And this is quite different to our projects also. One of the reasons is that since we are in Argentina, it's way more easier to find creators and interact with them. And the other thing is that in Latin America, there is a really high media consumption. So people love to listen to the radio, to streaming. They consume a lot of streaming content in streaming. So and a lot of, for example, a lot of radio shows are moving to YouTube or to streaming platforms. And so in that context, Share is super small, but can be seen as an option. And if you have some experience building communities and would like to share some tips or things like that, we are all here. Your help is super welcome. So that's pretty much it.
Mm. That's lovely. That's lovely. And I hope a lot of people get to hear about Share and join the community because this is something refreshing to hear. And I'm sure that a lot of social media pips would be interested in jumping in. Well done.
Thank you.
One last question. Why Share? How did the name come up?
Well, naming things is quite hard, but sharing, the way it is written, is like sharing or share, in English. So it's like a Spanglish somehow. And we found that this was a short name and easy to remember and all that. And it has, it summarizes this, the act of sharing. And this is something that is it is what make us humans. From the very beginning, we share information, knowledge, and with a platform like this, we are like sharing that, information, entertaining others, and this gives you that possibility.
That's lovely. And I heard you say Spanglish and it sounded really funny. But yeah, share meaning sharing totally makes sense. I like the name Share. I like how short and Sweet it sounds, easy to remember. Well done, Diego.
Yeah, yeah.
Well done.
Thanks.
And I hope you achieve all your goals for sure. And I can't wait to see the community grow. Well done.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
so
you. Thank you.
much for giving time to speak to me about Sher. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
No problem. No problem. Thank you. And yeah, let's be like the best streaming platform possible.
Exactly. I wish you all the best.